Tomb Raider Legend of Lara Croft Episode 3 titled Living Midnight. And this episode is really full of emotion. Last episode, a tsunami was heading towards Lara and Jacob. And we were, clearly Lara was going to survive because she's the main character of the show. But when the moment, Jacob was believed to be dead, I was like, holy shit, because this is the character who's been around since 3 games. I was like, holy crap. This is a major thing. This is a big, hey, this character who might not show up in the original games, this is the reason why, because this character died, in the middle of bloody Beijing. And that's not, and you feel every emotion and anger and every emotion that is up with upsetness that Lara's feeling. Because the moment we have a villain whose name is Charles Dawson, Darwin, Charles Darwin, and when he shows up, it is a sense of fuck you, you're the reason, my friend's dead, and it's just the thing is, it is kind of true. The OG Lara, from the first 3 games, 4 games, whatever, maybe 6 games. No, 6 games because it was redundant and all that kind of stuff. Was very cold and calculated and could only cared one thing: getting the jewelry, getting the artifact, and whoever crosses her path, peel, right? It just turns out these, the people she goes peel over was evil. Were not, people who want to take over the world, all that kind of stuff. And it kind of follows suit with that, where she just whacks Charles with the goddamn box. Now this is very information wild episode. We get a sense of who's his uncle? What are these crystals? What are these stones are? What they're all about? And what essentially they're all about is that each one represents one aspect of the human self, and they were all shot away all around the globe to ensure that no one would ever find them. And the first one we find is the wet one. And it's kind of interesting to see a whole action sequence of seeing how does that stone affect someone. For this situation, it's anger, it's rage in the most brutal way possible. Straight on murder. And not just, hey, I'm going to snap your neck and shoot you in the head, all that. No, I will feed you to the lions. I will have you have the most grossest or painful death you can imagine. Because, at the end of the day, this is a heist movie. This is a heist episode. Because Whetstone's owned by is in a session of this warlord in Istanbul. So Lara has to climb out and basically get the stone away from her. But by doing that, Lara gets the effects of the stone, or the red stone, the stone of rage, the power of rage, and she's just slaughtering people, straight on, snapping necks, body shields when people are shooting bullets, and I love how when she's not affected by the stone, how bad she feels, how terrified she feels, how, seeing the danger of it. And it is one of the situations where, hey, we see what the effects can do with the green stone is this kind of mind control kind of power. But when it comes to the actual red stone, it's just kind of be hey, this is affecting our hero. This is affecting our character. And she has to live with that. She has to live that she, fed people to tigers and all that kind of stuff, and what it does to that. Now there was a little bit of reference to the third game, with Trinity, which was the ongoing evil organization that was happening in those first three games, in the Survivors trilogy, or the reboot trilogy, or whatever you want to call it. And it's referenced by the third one, because in the third game, Lara Croft creates the end of the world. And the whole game is trying to stop the end of the world from happening. And you got Charles, who's very on the whole thing of like, he's the Lara, well, it's not so different, you and I. We are the same. We are. And, of course, Lara's like, bull fucking shit, dear sir. We are not. I'm waving my finger. We are not. Do not think we are the same. And, his point of view is like, well, if I quit the end of the world, it's going to take a weekend. It's not going to take 2 weeks like you did. And it's like, whoo, burn. The show like, hey, you're talking about end of the world, you did it also. So that's kind of that I thought. It is most of it. We get a sense of more world building of the two-way world with a secret organization that's about taking artifacts, and that. So it is the episode, even though yes, there's action in it, but this episode is all about grief. It's all about grief. It's also a sense of world building. Of the artifacts, and why we're hunting them down, and why Lara should be hunting them down outside of just, you went in my house and stole it and I want it back. No, there's a deeper meaning towards it. So so far these 3 episodes out of the 8, and it's weird when it's like 20-ish 30-minute episodes, and it's like, I'm like, got episode 4 queued up. It's really weird to be like, oh shit, I'm on episode 4. I'm like halfway there. It's weird. But anyway, if you've seen the episode, comment below, tell me your